Hello, hello. I'm Christy Casciola with the Global Keto Connection, coming live with my keto buddy and co-creator, Katherine Johnson, to make you keto cream cheese Danish. So while I'm waiting for Katherine to come on, I'll just go ahead and let you guys know that the recipe that we pinned is not the recipe we are using, because I made that recipe today and it was not good.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, everybody.
So I'm just letting everybody know that we are not making the recipe that was pinned, which is, I believe, from Low Carb Yum.
It was.
Because it was not yum. And I will not make and pretend that a recipe is good when it's not. I just can't do that. It's a waste of expensive ingredients, and we don't want to waste your guys' time or your ingredients whatsoever.
Nope.
So, with that being said, we created a recipe very similar but different and tasty.
Yes.
Okay, so are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, so let's get started. Did you want to read the macros to everybody first?
Yours are different than mine. I'm not sure, but do you use Philadelphia cream cheese or?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. Well, and I made mine a little bit smaller, so I made more than yours did, right? So my macros will be a little bit different. Let me take out my eggs and butter that I had this morning so I can read it to you and know that it's correct.
So the least amount that you would make in the batch is 6 if you're going to make them large. And the most you can make with one batch is probably up to 12 if you make them tiny. So where the macros stand, it's all going to depend on the size that you make them and the number that you decide you want to make them.
Right. Well, so as mine stood, it was 102 per cloud bread. And then on my second one that I had, I added some of my strawberry chia seed jam that I made yesterday. So that added 4 more calories. And yes, it's in a little yogurt cup, but it's just cute. And the thing won't come off. So it's like, I don't know, painted on there. So it still is cute.
It is cute. I love it.
And it's French.
So with the 6 that I made, it came out to 149 calories each, 0.4 carbs each. So again, if you double that up to 12, then you're going to have about 70 some calories each and 0.2 carbs each. So this is a very carb friendly, keto friendly recipe, and it's very tasty.
Good fats. My
fats
were your fats like
12?
6?
Well, for 6 of them, it was 12 grams.
Okay.
With, I think, 8?
Mine shows 8.
8 grams of protein, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what mine came out to. So with the recipe that we created, I did put it above the post. It's already there. So you guys can see what the ingredients are and how we make it. But we're, of course, going to show you.
Yes.
We would highly recommend, based on trial and error, that you bake them all together on one sheet at the same time, because the longer they sit,
or 2 sheets in the oven at the same time.
But you want to bake them right away, because the longer they sit, they will start to liquefy.
they get runny. I found that out the hard way. So mine ended up being looking like a big, like a sheet pan of this. So I did go in with a big cup, and I went and cut around them. So I was able to save them. But there was a lot of stuff that was wasted. They still cooked. So you saw them. They looked okay.
Oh, they looked good. They looked good. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make the cream topping because we want that to be sitting and not the egg, not the Danish part. So we're gonna do the cream filling first,
Okay.
and have that ready to go. So and then we'll do the other. So let me bring you guys down here so you can
Now,
see.
how do you do that when you have to use the same egg beaters and you can't have anything on those? Do you just wash them real quick?
I am using this one for my cream, and I'm using this one for my for the Danish, the bread part, and I always do the whites first and then the yolks,
Right.
because you don't want the yolk in your whites.
Okay.
So that's how I'm doing mine.
I'm going to have to wash mine because the only thing I have that I could do my cream filling with is my immersion blender, and that wouldn't work.
No problem, no problem. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the cream filling. I have my scale so that I can measure out 4 ounces of cream cheese.
And I already had weighed mine out, and it came to exactly. I'm always excited when I do that, and I have it on there and zeroed out the bowl that I'm putting it in, and I'm like, I think this is 4, and it was exactly 4. Does that ever happen to you?
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm able to do it with like one, like the first one.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things that we do, you know, it usually comes out to an ounce of cream cheese.
Right.
And you bake or cook enough things, and you can really start to eyeball it.
Yeah, definitely. I was just happy I got all the babies to lay down at the same time today.
Nice.
Yeah. They were not having a good morning.
Okay. So after the cream cheese, we are going to put in 1 egg yolk. And we highly recommend that you separate it into a separate container first.
Yes.
So that your egg yolk and your egg white do not mix. Your eggs should also be room temperature.
Absolutely.
And so should your cream. Want that to be soft.
Yeah.
And then you can use your egg white for a egg white spinach omelet, or throw it in with a couple extra eggs that you're already making for breakfast.
Right.
Okay, now we are going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
And mine is a vanilla stevia. So how much would you recommend I put in this?
Same.
So 1 teaspoon?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I'm going to also add a teaspoon of my sweetener.
And
Hi,
I will.
Welcome,
I
Sam.
will.
Welcome.
I'll omit my sweetener then, right?
Yes, because that is your sweetener, the vanilla and the sweetener mixed. And so I don't have it mixed. I'm doing each separate.
I found these this weekend, so if people can find these online, or I found mine at Natural Grocers. I think Sprouts has them, and Whole Foods. This one's a lemon stevia. This one's an orange stevia, so you could have like a citrus Danish.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, you know, it's funny. Catherine and I were talking. You can actually make your filling any flavor you want. You can put some cinnamon in it if you want it to be cinnamon cream on your Danish. You can add some pumpkin puree in there if you want it to be pumpkin cream cheese, Danish, or other flavors.
Or you could make the strawberry or blueberry or one of the berry jams and add that in there too if you wanted to. You know, honestly, couldn't you make it a savory Danish as well, like for supper time?
Absolutely. If you just keep out the sweetener and the vanilla, this could actually be savory. Once we get to our Danish part, if you were to keep out the sweetener and the vanilla, it's the cloud bread, and so you can add seasonings to that to make it savory. Some Italian seasonings or whatever seasonings you want. Absolutely.
Like
okay,
garlic
we're gonna do our pinch of pink salt. We have Himalayan salt. I'm just gonna drop a pinch in there because it accelerates the sweetness.
Got that.
Okay. And then if you're ready, we're just gonna whip that up.
Alrighty. Noisy time.
Noisy time. Good morning, Mom. Good morning, Paula.
Hello.
Okay, so the easiest thing to do, you want to put it in a bag. You can get a sandwich bag. You can get any other type of a piping bag, whatever you have. Put it in a cup and fold it out. It's the easiest way to get it in there so that you can cut the corner when it's time. And
that's what I do too.
Pipe them on. You want to make sure, because you have that egg yolk in there, that you mix it really well. And also, in case you guys are wondering, it really doesn't make a difference if you use liquid sweetener, powdered sweetener, or granulated sweetener, because when you have cream cheese and you whip it really good like that, you cannot, you can't tell. There's no granulated texture in your cream. So just so everybody is aware of that.
Yummy, yummy.
Okay, so now we have our cream ready to go. There is a weird glare. That's okay. And I'm just going to set that aside and not cut it until it's time.
Got mine. I need to wash my beaters really quick.
Okay, no problem. I'm going to rinse off my silicone spatula. You want to make sure that you have a parchment lined baking sheet, and preheating the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit or 149 Celsius.
I'm sure that most people understand that you have to wash these beaters really good if you have to do the same beaters, because the egg whites will not stiffen up if they are not completely clean and don't have any yolk on them or water or fats or anything on there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you just have a little bit of yolk touch your egg whites, they will not stiffen to the peaks that they need to stiffen to.
You can try and try and try, but it won't work.
So once you're ready to start making the Danish part, you're going to separate your egg whites from your yolks. It's going to be 3 eggs that you're going to use. We have already separated, but again, remember, separate them in a separate bowl.
Yep.
To make sure that you don't accidentally
crack the yolk and get it into your whites, because otherwise you will not get the consistency that you need out of your egg whites.
Yeah, if you do
Hi,
it
Kelsey.
separately.
Hi, Kelsey, welcome.
Hey, if you do it separately and you did that, then you only have lost one egg that you could use for something else. But if you dump it into here, then if it's like your third egg, then you've got to waste all of this.
Exactly.
That's why it's good to do it in a separate container.
So, okay, we're going to go ahead and add a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar into the egg white bowl. It helps with the stiffening of the peaks and the stabilization of your egg whites.
Yes.
In the egg yolk mixture, we are going to add a tablespoon of sweetener, a teaspoon of vanilla.
Would you say I should go ahead and use this and then the liquid vanilla too, or what would you do? Or just do a tablespoon of the liquid vanilla?
How strong is your liquid vanilla? Is it like an extract, or is it just like sweetener that has vanilla taste?
Like, I use 2 droppers in my coffee, which is that much.
Is each one a teaspoon?
No.
Okay. I would say maybe two full droppers in there, unless you want to pour it in, maybe 2 teaspoons. I wouldn't want it to be too strong, and I think the liquid stevia drops are stronger than the granulated or powdered.
I'll put 3 droppers in, and that equals a teaspoon.
Okay.
Okay. If it's not good, I'll let people know.
And then we're also going to add a pinch of salt in our yolk mixture.
Got it?
Okay, so now we are going to blend the whites first, because we don't want our beaters to go in the yolks and then the whites. So we're going to do the whites first.
All right.
And you're going to blend or mix until it's stiff peaks.
I'm going to do mine just a little bit more.
Go right ahead.
And that's what we mean by stiff peaks, where you take it out and it'll stand up by itself. Right, Christy?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix our yolks, blend our yolks until everything is well. Oh, you know what we forgot?
What?
The cream cheese.
Oh, it goes in the egg mixture, though, right?
In the yolks, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're going to do 3 tablespoons, which comes out to 45 grams for anybody measuring.
Or 1.5 ounces.
Correct.
I asked. Thank God for Mrs. Amazon. So if you were gonna spice this up with anything, would you put it in the mixture or would you put it in the Danish itself? Like the cream cheese mixture, or would you put it in the Danish?
I would flavor up the cream that goes on top more so than the actual Danish, because you don't want it to compromise the texture of your Danish.
Alrighty.
Okay, so now we're going to mix up our yolks and cream cheese mixture.
I'm just scraping down my bowl and then I'm going to go back in.
Okay, so you want it to be nice and creamy, no cream cheese lumps. Should all be well incorporated. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring over a scoop of the egg whites into the egg yolk mixture, and you're going to start to fold it in. And you're just going to stir that. Using a silicone spatula is the easiest way. You don't overmix anything, and you just want to mix it until it starts to form that light, cloudy texture, that light, fluffy texture.
Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome, Sally.
Hey, Sally.
Then you're going to take what you now have as a little cloud mixture, and you're going to pour it into the remaining egg whites. And then you're going to fold that in nice and easy, just until it's blended. You don't want to overmix. Be very careful with that, because if you overmix, it's going to be runny, and you want it to sit like little clouds on your baking sheet.
I do the figure 8. What do you do when you're folding?
I do a swirl.
Do you? Okay. Like this?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're catching us live this morning, drop us a 1 in the comments so we know how many people caught us live. See us later on today or whenever, catching the replay, then put a 2 in the comments. Okay. Also, for anybody who has just joined us, the recipe we originally had pinned, we're not using that recipe. We didn't really care for it, and so we came up with our own. And that recipe is listed above. Okay, so now you're going to have your parchment-lined baking sheet. Again, you can make them as small or as large as you want. If you make them the largest size, you're going to get about 6. If you make them the smallest size, you can get as many as 12. And you're just going to, I use my silicone spatula. I find it's easiest for me. And I'm just going to take a scoop and drop it on there, not pressing down or anything yet. And I'm just going to take the same amount, putting it on the sheet. And then I can add the leftover to what's already there.
Whoops.
You should have soft, pillowy little mounds. once you have that, you can still use your silicone spatula to kind of tap it and spread it just a bit, but not too much, because you do want it to still have that height. And I just do a little tap, tap, tap to just spread it a little further around, but not much. These ones I'm going to do small. By tapping, it doesn't flatten too much. Ready?
I am.
Okay, so now we're going to go back to our cream mixture that we have in a bag. We're going to cut the tip off so that now we can just do a little swirl in the middle of each one.
How do you get yours to come off? Just use your finger?
No, I'm just squeezing down. As I squeeze, it's coming through the hole. Is your hole not cut big enough, maybe?
No, it's coming. I'm just like to get it to release.
Oh, it's releasing.
Oh, okay. Mine looks like the Play-Doh factory.
So I think I'm going to go one step further, and I'm just going to sprinkle mine with some cinnamon.
There you go.
And there they are, ready to go into the oven.
Okay, I've still got a little bit left. I'm trying to even it out.
So again, you guys want to bake these at 300 Fahrenheit or 149 Celsius in the center rack of the oven. Depending on your oven, I know that Catherine's oven bakes faster than mine, so depending on your oven, you're going to bake it for 25 to 35 minutes or until they become slightly golden brown.
I'm being creative.
Yeah, like we said, you know, these are yours. Go ahead and make them any way that you might like. You can flavor your cream cheese, flavor your the top of your Danish, however you like, And then you're gonna bake them again between 25 and 35 minutes. Mine goes for 30. St. Catherine's were done at about 25 minutes.
I'm putting mine in for 10, and then I'm going to check them and go from there, just to be on the safe side. But we have some that are already done, so we can show you them.
Yes. Here are the ones I made earlier.
Yours are prettier. Mine look like little pancakes with goobies in the middle.
Pancakes with butter on them?
With goobies in the middle. I don't know. Yours is prettier.
Oh, and non-keto hubby tested and approved.
Oh, really?
Yes, he had a bite of one earlier. He said that they were good. He's not a sweets guy, but he did say that they were good. So for all of you that are doing this on your own at home and you have some non-keto spouses or family members, yes, this batch makes a lot. You can share. They'll be sure to love it too.
But they do well in the fridge. You should wrap them and keep them in the fridge once they're completely cool.
Oh yeah, once they're done, let them completely cool. And then once they are cool, and just take them off the parchment paper with the spatula, and you can put them on a plate, wrap them in cellophane, and keep them in the refrigerator. And then they stay nice and soft, and they're really good.
I'm going to have a bite. Are you going to have one?
I cannot. I ate 3.
Oh, well, this is my 3rd one, so I'll eat it.
I was feeling, not so good after I got
Cheers.
Because obviously I made big ones, and I ate 3 of them.
Oh, well, mine are a little bit smaller. It's so good. And that chia seed jam, so easy, so good. You know what I put in it? Remember the crystallized lemon?
Mm-hmm.
I put some lemon juice, and then I put the crystallized lemon and then some lemon zest in it, too.
Oh, yeah.
God. So good. Rick even liked it. Non-keto husband loved it.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. That's always a win. That's always a plus. I personally don't want to eat the whole recipe myself. So I'm glad when he likes it and he'll try it and maybe he'll have one. So if you guys, Paula is asking if we think that they could be frozen.
I don't know the answer to that one.
I don't either. I've never tried. Maybe. You can freeze most things. I mean, you can freeze cheese and you take it out and it thaws and it's fine.
I don't know why you couldn't. The only thing that I would be concerned about is when you take them out to thaw them. Before you put them in, I would separate them with a sheet of parchment paper or wax paper.
Yes.
And then that way you put them out maybe on a paper towel, so if there's any condensation or something, it would wick into the paper towel when you're thawing them. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Because even if you're like when you make cloud bread, normal cloud bread, and you store it, I always put parchment paper, a sheet of parchment paper, square, in between each one so that they don't stick to each other.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you're gonna bake them. When you bake them, you're gonna bake them in the center rack of the oven.
Right.
And you want to keep an eye on them because you don't want them to get too dark, or they could turn and burn quickly. So you want to make sure to keep an eye on them. You just want them to turn golden.
And I take mine off of the sheet pan and let them finish cooling on this so that the air circulates all the way around it. I don't know if it says that or not, but that's just what I do.
No, that's a great idea. Okay, so this video will not only be in the Facebook group, we will also post it on our YouTube channel so that you can easily find it if you want to ever refer back to it.
Yeah.
I will be posting, and Catherine as well, will be posting a picture of our
finished ones.
Of our finished product.
Yeah.
And along with the recipe card.
Yeah.
And so if you like this video, if it looks good to you, you guys try it, make it, post your pics of how it came out for you.
Yeah, I want to see.
Share the video out to anybody you think might be interested or might like these keto cheese Danish is. Yeah, because they're really good.
I bet you could even make like a pizza Danish and make it, the savory. Don't put the sweet stuff in it, but you could mix some Parmesan cheese and cut up pepperonis in there.
I've actually made pizza bites using the cloud bread recipe and adding Italian seasonings and then cooking it and then adding sauce. And the great part about it is that each one is half a carb or less.
Yeah.
And your normal cloud bread is 50 calories each. So with that and just a little bit of sauce and cheese and whatever topping you want, it's not going to be nearly as much carbs or calories as a regular pizza would be.
Could you do it like in a muffin tin and put the cloud bread in the bottom and then put your cream cheese and then put some more of the cloud bread mixture on top so it was even like encased?
I don't know. We have to try it.
Well, maybe we have a new recipe.
There you go. We might.
Okay.
A new cream.
Yes.
Alrighty, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.
Yes.
Again.
See you later. See you on
Bye.
Thursday, 10 a.m.
Yes,
same time.
yes. See you Thursday.
Bye.
Orange chicken and fried rice.
Fried rice. Oh my gosh. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.